News 8. Now, Fox News at 10.
Good evening. An 8-year-old girl who wandered out of her uptown school today is safe at home with her family tonight.
Margaret Dubasar, John Snap, Kim Gallagher, Bob Brett. This is Fox News 8.
A sold-out municipal auditorium will greet...
Live, local, late breaking. You are watching WCSH News Center 6. This is WCSH News Center 6 with Pat Callahan, Cindy Williams, meteorologist Joe Cupo, and Bruce Glazier with sports.
When night falls on the First Coast, more people trust the News on 12 to be their #1 source for news. Lee Webb, Marshall Ladendorf, meteorologist Tim Deegan, Dan Hicken, and now, 5 nights a week, Donna Hicken. Together, they bring you breaking news, updates on today's top stories, and weather in the first 10 minutes. It's team coverage you can count on. That's why you've made the News on 12 the #1 newscast at 11.
810450. Stay with the News on 12, your 24-hour news source. The News on 12, your 24-hour news source.
Good evening. I'm Jeannie Blaylock reporting live from the TV 12 newsroom. An alleged case of child cruelty coming in tonight from Albany, Georgia, and police...
The future of television is taking shape right before your eyes. UPN, the United Paramount Network.
Happy holidays from the staff and management of the new UPN 47, WNFT TV Jacksonville.
This is a WNFT News Break with Bill Carter.
Good evening, everyone. Topping our news this hour, the Labor Department is giving the kind of report the White House likes to see. It says that...
First in news, WJXT, your round-the-clock news channel.
Live from the Channel 4 newsroom, I'm Deborah Gianolis. Get ready.
The thing about being homeless is it could happen to absolutely anyone. It's so frightening, and many of us could be right on the verge of it.
Beginning Wednesday at 11, discover the world through the eyes of the homeless. Eyewitness News reporter Chris Chesrone takes you undercover to see firsthand what it's like to be homeless in Jacksonville.
A lot of times you're really treated like the scum of the earth.
Homeless for 48 hours begins Wednesday, only for 11. Only on Channel 4's Eyewitness News Night Beat.
This is WNFT TV 47 Jacksonville, super regional television for Amelia Island, Florida.
From Fox 30 WAWS TV, Jacksonville's only primetime news. This is Fox 30 First Coast News at 10.
Good evening. Tori is out sick tonight. Well, what we have brewing is a classic.
There is news worth staying up for. The News on 12. Stay up tonight at 11 and watch us work for you.
Where were you when history happened? If you grew up around here, you saw it on WJXT, Channel 4. Moments that changed our lives forever. Hard-hitting investigative reports that made this area a better place to live. And as history continues to unfold, now more than ever before, you need a news team with a tradition of excellence. First in news then, first in news now. Channel 4's Eyewitness News.
When we cover the news, we do it from a perspective of the people who live here, because we live here.
Hey, this is for real. We're out there to have a positive impact on the community. I really enjoy covering stories that affect people.
And I do feel that we are here to serve on a daily basis, and I think the rest of the team feels the same way.
Because we've always wanted to serve the people of this community as best we possibly can. That's our total job. That is it.
No matter the hour, no matter the day, a round-the-clock team is working weekends for you. Join Kim Bottas, Chris Chesrone, Mark Harmon, and Grant Ewing on Eyewitness News, Saturdays and Sundays at 6 and 11. From the team, it's First in News. Channel 4's Eyewitness News.
A talk show where you call the shots tonight.
First in news, round the clock. WJXT, Channel 4. This is Eyewitness News Night Beat.
Good evening. Our top story, 2 lives have been tragically ended at once by violence.
17 First Coast News. Get it all in 30 minutes.
Tonight's movie.
From 17 JKS, this is a First Coast News Update.
Good evening, I'm Linda Grasso. Coming up on First Coast News tonight at 11, word of...
When a big story breaks, we can get there first, and we can be on the air first, and we can be right because we have the right people in place.
I got to tell you, when a story breaks, we're in a hurry. We've got things to do.
When something happens, everybody pulls together and we get it accomplished.
We don't just wait for our next program. We get it on right now.
We don't go live just because we have the technology. We go live because we can save seconds.
You know, when there's news happening, we're the people that are going to be there.
The right news at the right time. Fox 30's First Coast News at 10. We keep you up to date, not up too late.
You're a step ahead because you're on an hour early.
You're very in-depth on the local events.
I'd rate you as A, right in the top.
Sports, great sports. They have everything, football, basketball. I watch you guys every night.
Sports, weather, I just really enjoy your broadcast.
The weather forecast is great.
It's earlier and it's to the point.
I'm ready to watch the news at 10 o'clock.
At 10, we can get all the information we're going to need.
And still get to bed before 11.
A News 4 New York special report. The women who are running to become the First Lady. Mrs. Jessie Jackson.
He's not just running alone. We're all running to make the White House our house.
Mrs. John Glenn.
He promised me when he asked me to marry him that life would never be dull.
Mrs. Walter Mondale.
I never guessed, of course, that I'd ever marry anybody who was running for office.
Tonight at 11, the women behind the candidates running for the presidency on News 4 New York. From WNBC TV, this is News 4 New York with Chuck Scarborough and Sue Simmons.
Good evening. The man whose savagely brutal acts became a national symbol of child abuse and wife-beating is headed...
A hot time in the old town today as the mercury hit 100 degrees at JFK, and people hit the beaches and parks for relief. Tom McDonald takes a look at a team of the future, he says, the Mets, and other sports, and Cindy Pickley will tell us if the weather will improve. I'm Steve Powers, and this is the 10 o'clock Weekend News. Nature's fury was felt from coast to coast.
From WNBC TV, this is News 4 New York with Ralph Penza and Anna Bond.
Good evening, I'm Jim Ryan. Ralph Penza has the night off, a night that...
Fight back. Call 577-TIPS. This is Eyewitness News with Roger Grimsby and Tracy Egan, plus Spencer Christian, Storm Field, and the Eyewitness News team. Bill Butel is off tonight.
Good evening, I'm Roger Grimsby. Here now the news. The FBI says it's slowly strangling the drug trade of the biggest organization.
Thanks, Jeffrey, and that's our report for this Tuesday, August 23rd. I'm Brad Holbrook. Thanks very much for being with us. Good night.
This is Channel 7 Eyewitness News with Bill Butel and Diana Williams. Scott Clark with sports. Sam Champion with the exclusive AccuWeather forecast. And the Eyewitness News team. Now, Eyewitness News.
This is Channel 2 News at 5.
Good evening. In less than a minute, President Clinton will address the nation on the troubles in Somalia.
You're watching WNBC for New York. And now, Chuck Scarborough, Carol Jenkins, Al Roker, and Len Berman. This is News for New York at 6.
It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?
From Fox 5, this is the 10 o'clock news.
Good evening.
You're watching the #1 station for news and information in Southern California. Channel 7 KABC TV, Los Angeles. With Paul Dandridge, Laura Diaz, Dallas Raines with weather, Todd Donahoe sports, and the entire Eyewitness News team. Now, Eyewitness News at 6.
This is action news for all of Southern California with Tricia Toyota and Chris Canangla. Now, Channel 2 Action News live at 5. Live in Southern California, this is Channel 4 News at 11.
LAPD headquarters in Venice, emotions already running very high.
You are watching KCAL TV, California 9. Now, Jerry Dunphy, Pat Harvey, David Jackson reporting, and live from Sky 9, this is First 9 News at 6:30.
You're watching LA's very independent KCOP. This is 13 Real News.
Good evening, I'm Ellen Leyva.
And I'm Ross Becker.
The #1 primetime news hour in Los Angeles. Award-winning Hal Fishman, Jan Carl, Larry McCormick, Stu Nahan with sports. Channel 5 News at 10.
Bob Donlin, Christine Devine, Jillian Wari weather, Rick Garcia sports. This is Fox News.
A courtroom filled with anticipation.
Eyewitness News, the Chicago area's leading news, with John Drury, Diane Burns, Jim Rose, and Steve Deschler.
A dispute between WBBM TV, Chicago. This is Channel 2 News at 6.
A daring and dramatic...
You're watching Channel 2 News at 6 with Bill Curtis, Joan Lovett, Steve Baskerville with weather, and Corey McFerrin on sports.
Channel 5 WMAQ TV, Chicago. Now, live from the NBC Tower, this is the Channel 5 News at 5.
He says he skipped a court date last Friday because he was too drunk and too stoned.